Hello and welcome to my first video of 2024. I know that last year I didn't do a ton of videos and I kind of meant to. It ended up being an absolutely insane year and I'm going to recap that for you today. I'm just going to hop right into it because it's a lot of stuff. I ended up lumping in November and December kind of together. That's how they worked out for us, because we were in limbo at the end of November. And so, for anyone who's new or hasn't watched an old video or just trying to catch up, oh, my hair, man. Uh, we bought a new house, so it was kind of planned, kind of not. And the funny thing is, if you look back, like 5 years ago, I talked about like a 5-year plan, and the goal at the end of that 5-year plan was to be building a new house or like have a new house. And you know what? We did it. And it was kind of roundabout. We weren't like trying to check off something for our plan. We were, it was just the timing and everything like that. So, um, all that to say, we bought a new house at the very end of November, like the 29th, I think is when we signed. So a lot of the finances were so fluxed for November, December that we just ended up we have two spreadsheets, but we did like roll over amount into December. We used our cards to get like our credit card to get things for this house, even though we really needed the funds from the home sale in order to pay for them. But then now we've paid for them all, so we don't have any money sitting on our credit card or anything after the fact, but you will hear me talking about like credit and payback and things like that. Otherwise, we are a debt-free family, and debt-free. We have our home payment, but I can share more about that as I go through things. So let me do that with you. Let me scoot myself over. Okay, so for November, we had an income of $8,186. You can see that down here. And we spent double that. So that's why this month was so weird. I'll just go through our normal things. So our mortgage was $730. Rest in peace to a really low mortgage. Car payment $360, phones $159, internet $71. Utilities ended up being $229, and I had budgeted $350, $7 for Netflix. We save a month ahead for our childcare, so we saved the $2,200 for December's childcare. I budgeted $800 for groceries, and I came in at $507, which was really good because I don't think I've had a under $1,000 grocery budget or like expense in probably a couple of years. It's been a while. So I worked really hard to use the things we had at our house, but of course we still had to buy fresh foods and like things that the kids will eat. So that was nice. I'd love to do more like low buy months like that in 2024, but that was a good start. And then lawn and home services was $480. Where did that go? Oh, I budgeted $480 and we only spent $31. And that was setting up our new trash cans at the new house. We had to pay that first day that we got them. So yeah, under by $449. And then for restaurant, we budgeted $300. We were being like, okay, we know we're gonna have to do this, and we did $450. This is a common theme, I think, for December too. But yeah, $450. So yeah, a lot of convenience eating, especially in this last week of the month. It was a lot of packing, a lot of rustling around for the last couple of weeks of the month specifically, if you look here and down. Yeah. So that it makes sense. It makes sense. We did go to like one nicer dinner as a family, but our last breakfast in town, we moved to a totally different town. So our last like breakfast in our like hometown diner. That was fun. And then let's see. Budgeted a lot of money for gas, and we ended up being under that. We were like within what we usually are. I think $500 is what I've been budgeting. So we were still within that. Allowance, Brett and I each got $150 just in our own accounts to do whatever we want with. Kids savings, that's just like a literal savings account, $20 a month for each kid. And then expenses for the kids, we budgeted $200 and we spent $338. What did we spend it on? Gymnastics, diapers from Target. That it was like $100, but we had a lot of gift cards and stuff is what we did for that. And then dentist. I need to look. I did get a refund from the dentist, and if I didn't put it in somewhere in this budget, I'm going to write that down. If I didn't put it in somewhere, then I'm going to put it in for January. Goodwill, I don't remember what we bought, but we bought some stuff from Goodwill, and then we were over by $13 for our childcare. And then this last one, shopping / extra expenses. This is where it gets fun, right? We bought a lot of stuff. Bought our washer and dryer from Home Depot, $1,600. Our couch from Macy's for $3,100, but we did get a refund of $449 for that. Shoes for Clara, random home things from TJ Maxx, a stove, a garage refrigerator, and a dishwasher was $1,900. The dining room light was $175. Bought a gift card for our nephew's birthday. Ceiling fans for the living room and the master bedroom. We paid for a home inspection for our new house. I bought rolls from a fundraiser from our friends' kids. A bunch of Amazon things that we needed for the new house. TV mounts, acrylic organizers, holders. I don't know what holders. Oh, pot holders. Ours were disgusting. A new block of knives that suck already, and I'm fighting with the company about them. And then for Raylan's birthday, our friend's daughter, I bought a toaster from Target. Curtain rods. Oh my gosh, curtain rods are so expensive. Curtain rods, AF. I don't know what that is. I don't know what AF means. And then a crock pot. Air fryer and crock pot. One of the main reasons we moved is because I wanted a bigger air fryer, but that's a story for another time. $525 there. We sold our furniture, so put $900 back in. More Amazon things for $100. A TV from Walmart for $426. That was a really good deal. It was a 75-inch TV, so that was very cheap. I bought tile and shower heads and a pan to go under our washing machine because it's on the second floor for $541. IKEA, $593. That was, I don't remember. Curtains, all the curtains we have. So expensive to buy curtains, even from IKEA, if you're buying them for literally every window in your house. And I bought some other stuff from there, and I literally can't recall. Oh, like storage for toys. Another Home Depot trip was paint things, and then beds for the twins from Walmart. So $9,069 is what we spent. I budgeted $10,000, so I was under. At least I was under what I thought that we were going to spend. So yeah, at the end of the month, our surplus that we had to budget was $6,801. Our October overage was $1,193. We carried over because I'd made a flub in a spreadsheet. And then we had a storage unit. I paid that. It was $82. We changed our address, $1. And then nothing to savings or paying to Brett. We had $8,077 we were rolling over. So keep that in mind when we come into December. We put that rollover down here, $8,070. We rounded down. But our income for the month was $50,867. It was actually $150,000 $867. Actually, 160,000 and some. Anyway, we put, I think, $110,000 down on our house, on our new house that we're in currently. We had a profit, obviously, of I think 140,000. So a lot. Brett had 3 paychecks. I only had 1 paycheck because of a payment snafu. So it was just a really weird month, but we had $50,867 to work with. So let's get into what we spent. Our mortgage is a lot more. So December was technically a month where we didn't have to pay a mortgage. We are saving, like we're getting a month ahead, basically. We like to do that with most of our bills if we can, unless they're like utilities or something where you're just charged, like metered charge or something. And then, so yeah, our mortgage was $730 at our old house, and now it's $2,050. It's $2,030 something, but we rounded up. So saving that for January is when our payments start. We will have like HOA golf club situation to pay for, so that line is in there now. We paid $3,060 for a car payment, but we ended up paying the car off. So it was $13,500 to pay that car off. We used Brett's savings to do that. And so you'll see in the future that we are paying money to Brett, and it's because we're paying Brett back interest-free for the car. He just has an excess of money from his like side hustle, and we keep our own money from our side hustle. So if I make money here or on my blog, I keep it. If he makes money from vintage sales or like reselling shoes or whatever, he keeps that. So it's not to say we don't benefit from it sometimes. Like he paid off my car, so I obviously benefit from that. Our family benefits because we don't have to pay the interest, and we just pay back to Brett as we can. And that gives us some wiggle room for our budget, since it'll be tighter with the new mortgage. Yeah, so that's that explanation. But our phone's $159, and then we have new utilities set up. So we were used to just having our utilities, like all of them, like trash, water, sewer, electric, all in one. And now it's split up. So I'm trying to get a hang of how much each is going to be, where I would usually just be like a bulk is here and then some is here. So I budgeted $70 for water, sewer. We ended up not getting a bill. I budgeted $200 for electric, and we ended up only spending $152. Budgeted $55 for gas, and it ended up being $71. And then trash was $31. That's trash and recycling. We pay for both. So saving for Kaylee, which is our nanny, which is our childcare. For January, we saved $1,760 to pay for her for this current month, the next month. Netflix $7. Groceries and household, I budgeted $1,500. My plan was like to stock back up because we brought very little food with us. And then, yeah, we did that. That is a really big mix. So I probably was under the $1,500 of like simply groceries, but like since we were in a new house going to like the grocery store, I also needed to get like trash cans while I was there, and I did not take the time to separate like what was new home and what was grocery, and I just put it all together. So $1,774 is what we spent. I feel pretty good about that, knowing all the extra things I bought while I was out at the grocery store just getting groceries. It was more than that. So budgeted $200 for restaurant, and don't you know, we were over by $436. We ended up $187 of that was us buying, and then also the 27 for the bakery was us buying things for the people who helped us move. So we usually do a big Friendsgiving party at the beginning of December. This year it fell that we were moving that weekend, so we invited all of our friends to meet us at the old house, help us load up trucks for the new house, bring it over to the new house, unload it, and then we fed them lunch. My computer cut me off. My screen recorder cut me off. And then I tried to relaunch it and it told me I had to download a totally different one. They were like bought out or something. I don't know if it happened like literally while I was using it or what. Anyway, basically, we paid our friends in deli sandwiches and they were grateful to do so. And we are so forever grateful for them, because moving a whole like house of stuff with like kids things and everything was, I knew it was going to be a task, and I have the best friends, so I cannot complain. My friends are the best. And what was I going to say? Oh, I did my darndest tootinest to make sure everything was like packed up when we were leaving, and still just like so much random stuff wasn't packed up. And so Brett and I spent like, we got most things, we're like, oh, it's okay, we'll get the rest of it. The rest of it ended up being like many carloads to the storage unit, and then also many carloads to donation. So it was a lot. I hate moving. I never want to move again. I know I will someday, but like this is supposed to be our longer term home. It's brand new. It's big. It's spacious. I'll have to give you guys like some sort of tour or something, but it is 5 bedrooms, an office, 3 bathrooms. We love it. It's lovely. And I'm so grateful. And I just think looking back and thinking about how I started sharing all this, because we're living on like, I don't know, $50,000 a year maybe. And we're in serious debt, and we paid all the debt off, and we had our house, which we loved, seriously loved that house, but it just wasn't serving our family anymore with the size and the layout specifically. So making our dreams happen, it's crazy. It is, I'm not going to blabber on forever about it, but it is crazy what you can do if you put your mind to it, and it's crazy what you can visualize for your own future if you allow yourself to. Because I was the type of person before I started doing any budgeting or planning that like I just didn't think it was possible for me. And so proof that it is possible. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. We ate out an abundant amount, and a lot of that was the first week being here. And then some of it was like, oh my gosh, we're like, then the middle of the month was like, oh my gosh, we're here, but like, are we here? We didn't want to get like do things. And then the last part of the month we had, we traveled to Tennessee for a wedding. And so it was like eating in the car, stopping at like a Denny's, that type of thing. So yeah. It was over, and I don't know who I was kidding by saying 200. I knew that it was probably going to be like 4, but it ended up being like 6, so whatever. Budgeted $500 for gas, went a little over. If I'm being honest, I forgot that we were taking a trip to Tennessee, so I didn't even plan for that. So I think that we can safely say our gas budget could easily be like $450, maybe $500. I don't know. Anyway, it's around there. And then I have these sinking funds set up because I'm going back to using sinking funds in January. I just wanted them to like be there for like forecasting. And if you have followed for a long time, you'll know I've talked about sinking funds a lot. I have a whole video about sinking funds. I'll link it below for you. I'll talk more about sinking funds when I talk about setting up January. Allowance is the same, $150 for me and $150 for Brett in our personal accounts. Kid savings the same, $60. And then I had $600 for kid expenses because I was planning on Christmas stuff, but I didn't really split it up that way. Like I put Christmas stuff over in our shopping budget. I didn't have time to like break it down how I usually would love to see that just for my own mind and like statistics or whatever, but it didn't work out like that for me. So I have the gymnastics and then haircuts from Great Clips for the boys. We gave Kaylee a bonus, and then she didn't work as much in December, so we were under on the amount that we were going to pay her, so we got that money back to us. I budgeted $12,000 for shopping and extra expenses, and we only spent $4,903. And while that sounds like a cool thing, it's because I budgeted for us to get a fence, and we ended up not getting our fence yet. And it's just because like I'm exhausted and I have to set that all up, and I've had to like try to reach out to a bunch of different fence companies and get quotes and organize the quotes and then do the back and forth with people. So I really just need to reach back out to the guy that I think we decided to go with, but then it'll just come out of savings because we'll put the money in savings and it'll come out of savings instead of a regular budget, and that's fine. So all in all, we spent 13,000, right? $13,061. And so our surplus was $37,806 for the month. I didn't go through like what we bought. Again, this is such a huge list. We have a handyman, a new one. It's not the one we had before. He only works in our neighborhood. So if you're in our neighborhood and need someone, I have the guy for you. If you're not and you've tried to ask me about him, sorry. He works a full-time job, so he only wants to like do in neighborhood things. So, but he's been awesome to work with. He installed our curtain rods. He's very meticulous, so he takes some time. And if we're paying him by the hour, it can be a lot of money. However, he makes sure everything's really lined up. We don't have like wonky curtain rods hung up or anything. They're like very straight. Everything's been done very well, so we're happy about that. But he did the curtain rod installations. He did our ceiling fans and our shower heads, and our light for the dining room and the hardware on our cabinets, like the pulls for the doors and the drawers. And then he did half of the backsplash. He's doing the other half in January. It's beautiful. I love it so much. So that's that. So we paid him $775 for everything except for the backsplash, and then $380 is the first part of the backsplash labor that we're paying. We got cleaning done at the old house for $480. Oh no, gosh, I'm dumb. We did not buy a water softener. I wondered why I had so much money left in my budget. Okay, we'll figure that out later. We have more money to count. I'm laughing because earlier I sent the wrong amount of money from our checking account to savings. And so I sent money from savings back to checking, and then I just saw that whoopsie and sent I'll need to send money back from checking to savings again because we didn't do that. We are getting a water softener, I think, but we're actually doing some water testing. Brett's dad told us that you can get a kit, and he was looking up like a good one to use. And we'll see if we really need a water softener or not. We've heard mixed things. So we think that our home builder is like in bed with the water softener company because we have not had an issue with it being hard. And then, but they told us we had to have one. And then so many people in the neighborhood are like, we don't have one. We don't think we need it. And so we're going to figure. I keep seeing this hair. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, they're like, we don't really need it. So we keep hearing they do and they don't. Anyway, we're going to test it and figure it out, and we'll know it, but it will be $1,800 if we do. U-Haul was $138. Storage was $82. Did I put that two places? No, I didn't. Okay. Storage was 82. We are out of the storage unit finally, so that was our last payment to the storage unit. We got gifts for Christmas. A lot of this was Christmas. Christmas from Coach for my mother-in-law. Shelves from Sam's, lights from Lowe's. We got to return money back from Home Depot because of a tile mishap. And we had to buy more tile. We did that through Wayfair, which was cheaper and faster shipping. My stocking and stuff I needed for my hair from Ulta. Brett's gifts. Kaylee took the kids to get stuff from Dollar Tree for what is that? For Christmas. We got Kaylee I don't know. What is that? A cup. We got her a cup for Christmas. We also got her a gift card. That was like included in, I think, the grocery budget. It was one of those things that was in there. Man. Stocking stuffers from Aloe. They sent me the wrong thing, by the way. I need to return that. Old Navy Kids stocking stuff. We tipped installers from Home Depot. Brett bought me paintings for Christmas. I'm obsessed with them. Such a good gift. Bought my mom stuff for Christmas. Sold a stove. Brett took some of the cash, so we took it out of there. Let's see. H&M, Lego store. Those things were both what were they? Those things were both Christmas. Why am I not able to talk right now? Not sure. Home Depot, I returned a shower head. We ended up not needing one of them. Priceline was our hotel for Knoxville. And then Amazon purchase and return were just, again, a big pile of things that we needed for the house. Oh, Sherwin-Williams, I bought paint for a couple little things in the house. Yeah, so what did we do with the money that was left over? Apparently we had more than we thought. So I sent $10,000 directly to savings because yeah, we just knew that we weren't going to spend all of it. So I sent it directly to savings. We paid off the car with $13,500. That $13,500 was going to Brett to pay him back for just random stuff we had purchased in like October, November. That was like for the old house or deposits on the new house, things like that. But he had loaned us basically cash, so we didn't have to take it from anything else. So when we paid that, we will be paying that money back again. We'll be paying it to Brett. So I'll show you how that looks in the next video, but I sent $6,230 additionally to savings. So that's $16,230 in savings. But then adding in the $1,800 just shows, anyway, long story short, we had an excess of $40,000 from our home sale that we didn't put down on our house so that we could furnish this house and get things done that we really wanted done. We used about half of it. And the other half will be in savings for a little bit. Part of it was this car payoff, and then we'll be buying a fence. So really, as far as like us paying things for the house, will probably be about $25,000 by the time we're done with it all. And that seems excessive now that I think about it, but it's not. Like when you buy a new house, you think, oh, it's all new. Like you don't need anything. You do. They don't give you like everything unless you do a custom build. So, I mean, any fixtures or anything that we needed like that had to buy. It's a lot. I can talk more about it in depth on a video if you're interested in and you want to know like the actual cost of buying like a a construction build, like new home, I'll let you know. But anyway, this was our November, December budget. This is how we spent our money. It seems really wild because why don't we just have this much money that we're using, and what is life? But it was a very fun month. So that's it. That's said and done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys tune in next time for the next video.